It's one of those qualities everyone talks about but few truly understand. In a world that celebrates speed, results, and instant gratification, the wisdom of Confucius offers a quiet resistance, an invitation to slow down, to wait, and to see beyond the moment. Confucius once said, "It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop." These words have echoed through centuries, simple yet profound. In them lies a core lesson on patience, not as passive waiting, but as deliberate, persistent forward motion. A mindset, a philosophy. Confucius lived over 2,500 years ago during a time of great instability in ancient China. Warring states, social disorder, moral decay, and yet he didn't respond with panic or haste. He responded with teaching, with words, with patience. He understood that change, real change, takes time, that human nature doesn't evolve in a moment, that progress, whether personal or societal, is a long journey, not a single step. Patience, then, is not just a personal virtue, it's a social glue, a quiet force that holds relationships together. In another passage, Confucius warns against the impulse to act out of anger or frustration. He says, "When anger rises, think of the consequences. This is patience in action, the space between stimulus and response, the decision not to let emotion steer the ship. It's in that pause, that breath, where wisdom lives." Confucius didn't just speak of patience, he lived it. For much of his life, his teachings were ignored by the powerful. He wandered from state to state, offering his counsel to rulers who dismissed him. He faced rejection, poverty, and ridicule, but he didn't grow bitter. He didn't stop. He believed that truth, even if unrecognized, would endure, and he was right. Centuries after his death, his ideas became the backbone of Chinese philosophy and culture. That's the power of patience, of planting seeds knowing you might never sit in the shade of the tree. In today's world, where everything is measured in likes, views, and seconds, we are subtly trained to expect everything now. Fast food, fast answers, fast success. But Confucius reminds us that what is built quickly often collapses just as fast. He said, "One stone, then another, that's the path, that's the process." Maybe you're working on something right now, something big, something meaningful, and it feels like nothing is happening. Maybe you're planting seeds that haven't sprouted. Confucius would tell you, stay the course, keep going. The mountain is moved stone by stone. And patience isn't just about waiting for results. It's about how we wait, with frustration, with doubt, or with trust, with presence, with a calm and steady hand. There's a deep serenity in patience, a strength. It's not weakness or complacency, it's endurance. And perhaps more than anything, it's faith. Faith that effort matters, that time reveals truth, that not everything needs to be forced. Confucius also spoke about the seasons, that just as nature has its cycles, spring, summer, fall and winter, so too do our lives. You don't rush a tree to bloom, you don't yell at the rain to stop. You understand, you adapt, you wait, and you learn to see beauty even in the quiet, dormant seasons. So often we confuse stillness with stagnation, but Confucius knew better. Stillness can be preparation, a necessary pause before a leap forward, and sometimes the greatest growth happens beneath the surface, unseen. Imagine standing at the edge of a bamboo forest. Did you know that bamboo spends years growing its roots underground before it ever breaks the surface? But once it does, it can shoot up feet in just days. Patience is like that, invisible progress, quiet growth. Confucius would urge us to honor that silence, to honor the process, to trust the work even when no one's watching. He taught that the superior person is not obsessed with quick success, but with steady improvement, that it's better to be a slow walker on the right path than a fast runner going nowhere. So the next time you feel behind, remember, you're not in a race, you're in a story. One that unfolds at its own pace, one that requires time, care, and above all, patience. Confucius wasn't trying to create viral wisdom, he was trying to shape character, to guide people toward a life of integrity, harmony, and depth. And that kind of life is never rushed. Let his words be a reminder. But more importantly, that journey is walked one step at a time, not skipped. Patience is not waiting for life to be easy. It's learning to live fully, even when it's not. It's choosing to be present when progress is invisible. It's choosing to believe that every step, however small, is sacred. And maybe, just maybe, That's the lesson we need most right now.